Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffee and Bonsai with Tom. Today we have a forest. It's another Portulacaria Afra, Dwarf Jade. This is variegated, which is one of the species I kind of like. I really like the color. And it's in a Bunzan pot. I think I've mentioned those pots in a previous episode. I just love these pots. This is a kind of a larger pot. And I really like this brown and white, and I thought it worked really well with the bark color on these Portulacarias, where you sort of get a match of the brown. The white kind of picks up some of the white in the leaves, and then you also get pure white leaves on some of these, which matches that. And then a spark of red, where the spark almost has kind of a reddish tinge to it. So I really like that combination. Let's bring the coffee cup in so you can get a sense for how big this is. It's a very small composition, and Mabel's saying hello. I should change the name of this channel to Coffee and Bonsai with Tom and Mabel. But let's do a spin, and you can have a look at this. These were all trees that I had. There are 4 trees in here, trees that I had as mame. And, I enjoyed them like that for a while and did a little bit of pruning and styling with them, and then I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and put them in a forest because I kind of like forests. And so this is what we have here. So this has been in here, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, not that long, so I haven't done a lot of styling to it. This one in particular was something that I just cut off one of these branches and shoved in there, and it looks like it's doing quite well. Now you can always tell when you get when the new leaves come out, they're this bright pink. You can see a little bit there, and then they kind of harden off to the color that they're eventually going to have. But there's a lot of styling I can do in this. Like, this is clearly a branch that's kind of poking out at us, so I'll take that off in the future. This as well, although I kind of want to let it grow legs and sort of grow sort of outside the rim of the pot for a bit, and then bring it back. This little guy, I would probably cut the top off and just have it be more like a very tiny tree or a bush. There are 4 trees in here, by the way. This one's pretty straight up, and I could cut this stub off, but I'm really kind of waiting to see. I think it needs to just do some more growth. I planted it so that its primary growth is coming out. So actually, if you see it from this view, it's kind of a little more interesting. And that's tends to be how I plant my forests. Like, we'll take a view from the top here, and where I sort of want some space in the middle, and then the trees kind of growing towards the outside. You can see I use my standard technique with loose wire to kind of hold them so I can position the trees where I want. Yeah, this one, the same thing. There's all kinds of opportunity. I just kind of did rough pruning, and now I wanted to grow some roots into this pot and get ready to be strong. So that's where we're at the moment. But I think, this composition, I think, has a lot of promise. I really like the marrying of the pot. I mean, it's just a gorgeous pot. I really like it. With the tree. So let's zoom in and I'll give you a bit tighter view of the pot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just really like his pots. So beautiful, and I'm not really a fan of glaze in particular, but I think I could look at this all day. Really, really nice pot. I believe I got this pot on eBay. There's a seller on there that seems to have a lot of Bunzan's pots, but the downside is usually have to buy 3 at a crack, and they're coming from Japan, so shipping is quite expensive. It increases the price, like 30-40% of the tree itself. But I don't know. I really like them. So let me, I don't do a lot of editing on my videos. I kind of do one take, that's it. I literally spend 5 minutes post-production. But I will have to do some editing in this case because I'm going to hit pause and take us in for a top view, which I think is really helpful with these trees. And I'll try to do that in the future with all my trees, particularly when you're pruning, right? Because you really, it occurred to me, I did a recent video where I was doing pruning, and when you look at it from the top down, you really get the view of the sun, right? So you're seeing, well, I mean, what you can't see, you may as well chop off, because in nature it wouldn't grow or survive anyway. So it really helps to have that view of your trees, and the results are just way better when you also look at it from the top down. So let me hit pause and we'll take a look there. So here we go, engage, as we kind of go up. And yeah, this is kind of nice. You get a complete view of the tree. And you can see, like, this one is not, I haven't spent much time fine-tuning it yet, but you can see as I try to have, I want this tree, because it's the main tree, it kind of gets to invade the space more, because I really want to show it off. And it's, if you look at it, it's gonna fill a nice spot around itself. These trees, and this is my own personal feeling with forests. Other people may differ. I kind of, let it come out in this space a little bit. Its job is to kind of go out here and provide backdrop for this tree. I want this tree to have, the bulk of this space, because, it's the central character, and the same for this one. And so the way I do that is, regardless of where the front of the tree is, I try to position and grow these secondary, tertiary trees so that, they're kind of filling out over here, right? So if you take this, they're kind of growing this way, and they get a little bit of space in here, but only enough to look natural. And then I think it's always a good idea here. You can see that new growth. It's just so pretty. It's like this pink color, and that's when I was talking about that picks up the red on this pot. It's almost like he designed this pot for this specific species. And this will just be kind of a small bush tree. And again, I had the rocks in there just to create a well for the tree to get established. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't. But that's it for this tree. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and thanks for spending time with me. And we will be working on this tree in the future. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next time.